Now at 6, the city of Joplin honors a fallen police officer with a bridge renaming. Plus, a look at multi-million-dollar school bond proposals facing Bourbon County voters. And Watered Gardens uses empty bowls to fill the body, the spirit, and some charitable causes.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Joplin bridge now formally recognizes the second of 2 police officers who gave their lives in the service of our community. This is KOIM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. A ceremony this afternoon marked the formal dedication of the Corporal Ben Cooper Memorial Bridge. The name goes to the Range Line Road Bridge that crosses over the Kansas City Southern Railway. The designation is the result of legislation signed into law in July. Corporal Cooper and Joplin police officer Jake Reed were both killed in the line of duty in March of last year. They were responding to a disturbance call when they were gunned down outside a store at the North Park Crossing Shopping Center. A ceremony last month named the East 20th Street Bridge near Indiana the Officer Jake Reed Memorial Bridge. A former Miami, Oklahoma school teacher is charged with a federal sex crime involving a juvenile. Court documents indicate 54-year-old Ronald Sanders had sexual contact with a 14-year-old girl in northeast Oklahoma this month. The filings allege the girl met Sanders when he was a Miami, Oklahoma public school teacher last school year. Sanders' Facebook profile indicated he'd been teaching this year at Hickman Mills Middle School near Kansas City. He now faces federal charges for travel with the intent to engage in illicit sexual conduct. Joplin man's going to prison for illegal possession of a firearm. Douglas Alexius led law enforcement officers on a high-speed chase on his motorcycle from Kansas to Newton County, Missouri. Earlier this year, Alexius pleaded guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm, and now a judge has sentenced Alexius to 6 years, 6 months in federal prison without parole. Both the rain and the temperature have been falling today. Let's check in with meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it's been a huge switch for us throughout the afternoon hours. We were in the 70s earlier today, and then of course cold front. We had some showers, we had some a couple little thunderstorms, and then temperatures just plummeted. We're sitting mid 40s now. Joplin, Pittsburgh, a little bit of drizzle out there, and that's all I expect rainfall wise. As we go through the evening hours, any showers and any thunderstorms are pressing off to our east, but the drizzle's so light, really can't pick it up on the radar. But look at these temperatures: 48 Stockton, 50 in Anderson, 46 in Pittsburgh, 50 in Welch. We're going to hold mainly into the mid 40s as we go through the overnight hours, but look at all this cold air filtering south from Canada. So it's going to be a chilly weekend, also a very windy weekend. We're going to have these north winds at about 10 to 20. Rain really starts to pick back up as we go into the weekend. I'm going to have those details for you here in a bit.
Catch you in a few. Bourbon County, Kansas voters will decide whether to raise property taxes in support of the Uniontown School District. 2 propositions on the November 7th ballot impact local schools. KOIM's Fernandez Silva has details.
They know things more important in our community than the future of our kids and the future opportunities that they'll bring to our communities.
2 propositions on the November 7th ballot impact local schools. One would allocate more than $5 million for storm shelters, upgrading offices and classrooms, and other improvements. The second proposition would allocate nearly $3.5 million for specialized facilities, including an ag science classroom and metal shop. The district superintendent says both proposals focus on safety and educational opportunities.
Those are things that can last for generations and have an impact for a very, very long time.
Whether it's yes or no, it's okay. At least gives us an idea of maybe what's important and what's not. And if it's a yes, that's great. We're going to start construction and we're going to improve our school. If it ends up being a no, no big deal. We just go back to the drawing board and make sure the needs of the students are going to be met.
In Uniontown, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
About 500 students attend the Uniontown School District. We want to hear the residents' thoughts on this. If you want to share what you think about it, go to our Facebook page. A beverage bottling manufacturer looks to expand its footprint in Joplin. Refresco announced today it plans to invest $30.5 million and create 40 jobs in the process. Refresco's production covers more than 70 manufacturing sites in Europe, Australia, and North America. The Arvest Foundation is helping to fund local education. The foundation today donated $10,000 to the community to support services of Missouri Early Learning Center in Webb City. The center is a preschool that serves children with developmental delays and disabilities.
The funds we're receiving today are extremely beneficial to our operations as an organization. We serve kids with developmental disabilities who are medically fragile or have educational delays. And so this will allow us to invest in those students and their learning experience. It'll allow us to invest in the facility.
The Early Learning Center is at 1401 West Austin in Webb City. For the team at Watered Gardens, an empty bowl means a full donation. That team today got to present checks to the beneficiaries of this year's annual Empty Bowls event. The 2023 Empty Bowls fundraiser was held at Joplin Greenhouse and Coffee Shop in Joplin last month. For Watered Gardens, the annual event turns into new ways to give to the community every year.
Empty Bowls, the first year that we were involved with Empty Bowls, I had to go back and reload 3 times because we just kept selling out. Everyone was so excited. And so this year again, just to have the opportunity to, after the main event here at the Joplin Greenhouse, we took the items that weren't sold and then we had a chance to sell those to our co-workers at Mercy.
This was the 11th annual Empty Bowls event for Watered Gardens. Coming up Friday night means football in the 4 states, and KOIM Sports Director John Dales has an interview with Wyandotte High School head coach Doug Buckmaster ahead of tonight's game of the week. But first, things that go bumping tonight. We take a spooky trip back to Drakenmore Halloween attraction. KOIM is always looking to hear from aspiring journalists, so we're continuing a program where we air stories shot, written, and edited by local students. Now, this story comes from Joplin High School. If you're looking for a Halloween activity, you don't have to go far. Joplin Eagle Television's reporter Alex Carson shows us a haunted trail in Joplin that you won't soon forget.
I'm at Drakenmore, a Joplin area Halloween attraction that transforms from this in the daytime to this at night. Dan and Marion Gepfert have one heck of a front yard. They own Drakenmore, which is an all-ages haunted walkthrough trail. It's approximately a quarter-mile long, and it's all done as a labor of love for Halloween from the couple.
Really, we do it as it's sort of a community service. I remember whenever I was little, there was someone on the block who did something similar, not to this degree, but something similar. And it was kind of a fond memory that I had of childhood, and so we decided we wanted to do it.
The trail features over 1,000 decorations, including creepy tombstones, a walk-through castle, and dozens of inflatables. But according to Marion, the trail had humble beginnings.
We used to make our own little props just so we could have some trick-or-treaters. We lived in kind of a darker neighborhood. There wasn't a lot of trick-or-treating going on, and the kids loved it, and we loved it, so it just grew from there.
The setup for Drakenmore is no easy feat.
The actual physical setup takes about 6 weeks or so, although we work on it kind of throughout the year. Probably I would say about 3 months of preparation before we start setup, and then maybe 6 weeks to set up.
But despite all the hard work required, they say it's all worth it.
Kids like Halloween, and it needs to be more than just banging on the door and getting some candy and dressing up. This gives you more of a festival kind of air without being terrorized. Because kids want to go to haunted houses and haunted trails too, but it's really too much for them. So here is a safe place for families to enjoy Halloween and still get that spook.
And the kids certainly agree.
Well, it's very cool, and they have face paints and a castle that blow up, a boogeyman, and hundreds of blow-ups. I go here every Halloween.
If you're looking for tricks and treats, Drakenmore is open from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day except Mondays, leading up to Halloween night on the 31st. Reporting for Jet HD, I'm Alex Carson.
Great story from Alex Carson. Drakenmore is at 2333 Crow Road in Joplin. You can find other Halloween-themed activities all around the area at koimnewsnow.com. A little bit later, John Dales has an interview with the Wyandotte High School head coach. That's coming up in sports.
Plus, our temperatures continue to drop over the weekend. Also, the rain picks up. Details coming up. Well, of course, it turned much colder during the afternoon hours. Our high temp today was actually 74 degrees at about 10 o'clock this morning, and then a very powerful cold front dropped through, and here we are. It's cold across the area. Nice shot of downtown Joplin. We're looking at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, one of our new cameras right on top of the roof, so we can pan around all over downtown. It's cloudy, it's dreary, a little bit of drizzle out there, so be careful if you are going to be out still on the roadways. 48 in Nevada, 47 in Neosho, Carthage at 46, Veneta at 50, Independence is sitting at 50 degrees. But look at this cold air filtering down from the northern parts of the U.S. Here's our front right across northwestern Arkansas, still 76 in Monette. Plus, it's been breezy. Northerly winds 10 to 20. And then at times we've had gusts kind of that 20 to 25 upwards to 30 mile per hour range. It's going to stay breezy tonight. It's going to stay kind of breezy as we go through the weekend as well. Any rain we had earlier out of here, but we do have the drizzle, which is really hard to pick up on the radar. But the rain increasing through Texas. So we're going to take this moisture, combine it with this wave, and we're going to get rain settling in as we go into Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be kind of a dreary weekend. In fact, if you look at it as a whole, let's go into tomorrow evening. Rain increasing, especially along and south of I-44. Look at the swath of snow, Colorado, all the way back through Nebraska. We can go into Sunday. You can see the rain really settles in across the Central Plains. Look at the temps, 30s. And then as we go into early next week, we finally dry out, but we get our first hard freeze Monday morning. Monday afternoon, highs only into the 40s. And then if we jump ahead, let's go to Halloween. By the time we get into Tuesday evening, temperatures are going to be chilly. In fact, if you want to check out our Halloween planner, so we're going to have to move to Tuesday evening. So let's go 6 p.m., 40. It's going to be dry, 33 by 8 p.m., by 10 p.m., down to 28. At least it's going to be dry for Halloween, but it's definitely going to be cold. All right, rain sets in for us over the weekend. Tonight, I really just think drizzle. Drizzle, pockets of drizzle through the morning. Now, once we get into the afternoon, showers will start to increase. If you're going to Pitt State homecoming game, rain will increase through the game. Look at our temps, upper 40s to near 50. Periods of rain tomorrow night. Here's 1 a.m. on Sunday. Make it a little bit of a lull Sunday morning, and then rain kicks in again throughout the daytime hours on Sunday. Look at our temps dropping into the 30s. See the pink? A little bit of sleet trying to mix in Sunday evening, which is kind of crazy. And then we clear out, temperatures take a dip as we go into Monday morning. All right, rainfall not super heavy, but I think on average a quarter upwards to 3/4 of an inch across the region, which, hey, we can definitely take. But a good weekend to stay inside. Cold, windy showers, even a few sleet pellets or flakes trying to mix in on Sunday afternoon. 52 tomorrow, 41 on Sunday, down to 29 Monday morning. 43 on Monday. Halloween's going to be dry. It's just going to be cold with a high temp of 43 degrees.
So a couple of extra layers underneath the costume, I guess, and
yeah,
you know.
But at least it won't be raining on Halloween.
That's true. Don't need to carry an umbrella.
There you go.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, the Indian Student Association at PSU turned on a Festival of Lights today. Diwali is a celebration of Indian culture with music and dance, authentic Indian food, fireworks. For one of the event organizers, Diwali serves as a way to bring families together, near and far.
Yeah, that is the whole point of organizing this event. Like, as everyone is far from their family, we actually as a team wanted to get everyone close to their family and celebrate the events or the festivals through these kind of events. So this will give us the opportunity like to feel close to everyone, and even our parents will be feeling good that, oh, we are also celebrating the festivals that we actually miss.
Henna tattoos were available at the ticket table with designs ranging from $2 to $10. Still ahead, John Dales is live at our high school football game of the week between Wyandotte and Quapaw. He's with the head coach of the Bears up next.
Hey, welcome welcome into the KOAM High School Football Game of the Week. This week that brings us to Wyandotte High School, where the home team Bears at 7-1 take on Quapaw, who comes in at 6-2. I'm here with Doug Buckmaster, head coach of Wyandotte. Coach, I'll just start with this. You coached for 36 years across the 4 states. This past spring, retire, but come out of retirement to coach here at Wyandotte. What made this an attractive spot for you?
Well, I think just number one was just the urge to keep coaching. Came back shortly after I retired there. So, always I'm actually a Quapaw High School graduate.
Oh, really?
All right. So a lot of people may not know that,
Yeah.
but anyway, coaching in Northeast Oklahoma. I thought that'd always be neat to go back into the small schools and possibly coach at Quapaw or somewhere else. And that somewhere else, I always thought if the Wyandotte job ever came open, that would be the one. And fortunately, it came open in January, and here I am.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the turnaround your team has had. Last couple of seasons, 3 wins in 2 years combined. Right now, you're entering this game at 7-1. What can you just say about when we talked to you preseason? You said this team wants to win. It knows that winning is not a process that happens overnight. What can you say about the turnaround your team's had in year 1?
Well, the kids have been great. They've been awesome. We got a bunch of great kids. They just need a little direction, I think, and maybe some old-fashioned hard coaching. And so we've come so far from the spring through the summer and to where we're at right now. And just really proud of these kids. We're not the best football team in Class A by any stretch of the imagination, but we are a good football team. And where they were at to where they're at now, we're winners no matter what happens tonight or next week or the week after. These kids they're winners, and just really proud of them and where they're at right now.
You're playing another good football team in Quapaw tonight. How are they going to challenge you guys?
They're going to challenge us physically, and they're going to challenge us athletically. They have some. They're a little on the small side at skill positions, but they have a lot of quickness, a lot of speed. So we've got our quarterback is outstanding, pulling the ball down and running the football. So we got to play great defense, and then we have to execute offensively. And unfortunately tonight we will play without our starting quarterback who was injured. And so he was a sophomore doing a great job for us, putting up pretty good numbers. And so we're going to a freshman quarterback tonight, and he's done great in practice this week, and we'll see how it all shakes out. But that's football; those things happen. And but Quapaw is a very formidable foe. They play hard, they play fast, and they play physical, and that's what it's all about.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's all for us from now. We'll be back right after this.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. And we told you the Indian Student Association of Pitt State hosted a celebration of Diwali, the Festival of Lights. We're going to have more on that. Plus, we'll learn about the importance of properly disposing of medicine that you won't be using. And a look at how much Americans are spending this year on Halloween. It's kind of scary. Those stories, a lot more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hey, when severe weather strikes, you're going to want to stay informed, and you can do that very simply. All you have to do is scan this QR code. You can do it right now. It'll take you to the KOAM News Now YouTube page, where our weather team will live stream during severe weather events to give you updated information. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. No severe weather on the near horizon, but boy, it's getting kind of nasty out there.
It is drizzle, windy, cloudy for us tonight. Showers start to pick up, especially tomorrow afternoon. High temp of only 52. Look at Sunday. Rain, cold, high 41.
Oh, a perfect day to stay inside and watch football and have some hot soup. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.